Lovely, lovely, lovely. Always great to have you here with us on Sunrise. Welcome back to CVMTV. And I'd like to send a very special shout out this morning to Lorna Downer.
Good morning, Lorna.
Yes, joining us for the very first time on our YouTube.
Welcome.
And so to all our new users, good morning. And to all our loyal viewers, good morning. It's now time for Law and Order JA. Now the question today, Dennis, and viewers, reads as follows. Hi, CVM at Sunrise. I'm Shanna, a voiceover actor. A few years ago, I did the voiceover for an advertisement, but recently found out that my voice was still being used on an AI-generated voiceover platform. Do I have any rights or recourse for use of my voice without my permission? Here to help us ventilate this issue is intellectual property and entertainment law attorney Annalisa Chapman, and she'll be helping us navigate through all of this because this is very relevant.
Yeah,
Hi,
especially in the here and now. This is a very modern question.
Yeah, how are you doing?
How are you doing?
I'm fine, thanks. Good morning to you both.
Very
Good
well.
morning, Sunrise.
All right.
Thank you so much for being here. Well, Annalisa, tell me over there.
Well, first of all, I mean, as you said, it's a very hot topic right now, and Shanna, you do have rights in respect to this because it covers what we call in IP law personality rights. And personality rights are essentially your legal right to protect the commercial use of your identity. So it's your personality, your persona, whether it be your name, your likeness, your voice, any identifying characteristic. And the key thing with determining whether there has been any what we call misappropriation of your personality or infringement of your personality rights are one, can you be identified by this characteristic? So it has to be a situation where they use some part of your identity, which the public at large can readily identify, okay, this is Dennis, this is Miss Kitty, etc.
So if I did like an underwear model gig,
Yes.
and but it was only my torso or, you know, the underwear area, I might not be able to say, hey, that is definitely me.
Not offhand, unless that particular part of your
Anatomy. Yes.
is known,
Yes.
well known,
Like maybe have a
and
tattoo,
identifiable.
you know what I mean? Like a tattoo or
Right.
some mark or, you
Exactly.
know, that's unique to you.
Exactly.
Yes, so if I see that body, then I know that then it's six-pack. That.
Exactly, exactly. And so the next thing, it must be a commercial use. And then the third thing, it must be without your consent. So back to Shauna's question, because she said she was in a voiceover ad.
Right.
So first and foremost, always advise people, what did the contract say? What did you agree to? So you always have to look back on that. And just as a practical thing, always take a picture of whatever you sign if you don't get a copy. So you can always look back to either prevent yourself from incurring on unnecessary costs or to determine how you move forward in the future. But yes, if you signed something and you didn't sign away your rights to use your personality in any other platform, if it was just specific to the ad, and you find out years later that okay, it's used on this AI platform, you absolutely have recourse against the developer of this AI product who is using your persona, your personality, your voice without your permission. In fact, I think China is your hot topic today because you had your med student on today.
Right.
And actually last month we had a similar case in China. It's the first of its kind where they actually found against the AI developer and the ad company for using the voice of the voice actor.
Oh, wow.
I find it interesting because I was going to ask, even if it's in my contract, is that clause really enforceable? Because I'm being hired to do this 30-second ad for this soap commercial. And then I hear my voice because these platforms, all they want is enough of a voice sample to now make me able to say anything. And so now you're now using my voice via an AI platform to sell a car. Even if there was a clause to say that I'm also signing over my voice in, which I didn't understand maybe, that I'm also signing over my voice to be used on an AI platform, is that enforceable?
Well, and people hate when we say this, it's always based on the facts and circumstances of each case.
Right.
But all right, so in principle, parties are free to agree anything once it's not illegal. But of course, and this is something that they recently had of course, writers' strike in the U.S.
Right.
And one of the things that they spoke out against or tried to negotiate was having these long form in perpetuity AI clauses where the producers can just use it for whatever use. So at the core of it, the terms have to be reasonable. And of course, if you don't understand it, which is why you usually it can't be enforced if it is clear that the other party has either not sought legal advice or has waived their right
I was
to seek
about
legal
to ask
advice.
that because I know that many voiceover talents, you're just signing. You don't even know what you're signing. You didn't even read it.
You just sign it to get paid.
You just sign it to get paid
Yeah.
and not understand the intricacies and the legal terms in the contract. So my question to you is, which you kind of answered, is if the person doesn't understand, they say, but Annalisa, I never know said that my sign, so I'm signing away my right. I thought that I was just signing to get paid. And now, 3 years later, 5 years later, they're still using the same commercial after. I just thought that it was this one time they were going to use it.
No, well, absolutely, that individual would have recourse because that is why persons on the other side always try and make sure that, okay, please get a lawyer. No, get a lawyer. Or make sure you understand this because that can work against them in the future in terms of whether this is the ad company or a developer, etc. And persons on set, oh, it's hurry up and sign. That doesn't work because you can always say, I didn't understand, I was forced to sign under duress, whatever the situation is. But
Undue influence.
Exactly. So both parties always have to be clear on what are the terms you're agreeing to.
So Annalisa, tell Shanna what are the next steps. So where would she bring this suit? How does it start? What does she need to do?
All right. So first and foremost, you get your attorney, you get your legal advice. You would file a claim in the local courts. They would, if you're successful in that respect, you would be entitled to damages. And usually they tell you to assess what it is. If you had been approached for your permission, what would have been a reasonable market value cost for using your voice at that material time. And then the courts also have a discretion to add additional damages for the flagrancy of that infringement. So yes, and in fact, Jamaica is one of, its personality rights are not consistent throughout all countries in the world. Jamaica is one of the territories that has personality rights. The UK doesn't have it. India is just on the cusp right now. So we're very fortunate that we've had it in the last decade or so.
Indeed.
I love that.
Sounds great. Quick question, Khadine.
Yes.
Because this is now pertinent to our kind of work, would you, if somebody gave you an AI contract to say, I have an AI platform, I need stock voices. I'm going to give you a one-time payment of...
No one-time, nothing. No one-time.
No one-time payment?
No, you can't give me a lump sum now.
Yeah.
But always I get something.
Oh.
Because the data forget something.
Yeah.
And the generation
because,
answer.
I'm going to give you a one-time payment of $5 million.
No.
So that I can
That's
have
telling
your
me right
voice.
there it's going to worth 20 million soon. Is that right? It's not, no.
And these can last through after death as well.
I
some
said
of them.
the estate. That's why I said, right? Inheritance.
So she knows. She knows.
Yes, so it's not a one-time, nothing at all.
You heard it here.
Yeah, on CVM, on Law and Order JA. But I love this, Annalisa, because there are so many Jamaicans who do commercials all the time.
Yes.
And who get
they're
caught
not
up
getting residuals
at all.
Much less
right?
no AI.
Exactly. So I'm very happy and thank you for helping us ventilate this issue. And Shanna, thank you as well for your question. Because as Dennis says, even pertinent to us, So I really, really like that. Your likeness and your image and even things that we may take for granted in the Dennis. You see, as a creative nation, things come to us so natural. We don't understand the value of it, right? So value yourself and know your rights.
Yeah.
Get an attorney. That was Annalisa Chapman, intellectual property and entertainment law attorney. Remember to keep those legal questions coming by sending them to our socials at CVM_television or at Sunrise CVM. Sunrise will be right back.